Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Kisha. I'm the author of the Glamorous French Housewife blog. That link is below. So I have been busy today doing zone cleaning for zone 1. Now my zones are pretty much similar to the Fly Lady zones. I kind of adapted them more towards my life. But zone 1 is the front porch for my house, the dining room, the entranceway, and it just pretty much goes to about right here where this little table ends. So I'm going to show you exactly how I got this room sparkling clean, how I got the front porch picked up, and this room is good to go. I don't have to worry about it anymore except for just quick pickup and vacuuming. So if you want to see how I do my zone cleaning for zone 1, just keep watching. So here is zone 1 for me. Now let me take you outside and I'll show you our porch. Here's our front porch, and you can see it's pretty normal, just a small little porch, and there's the entrance to the house. So this area from like the lamp forward is zone 1. Come. And I am going to be cleaning that this week. So you might see me in some different outfits. I'm not sure how much I'll get done in one day. It's not really that bad. But let's go around and kind of examine the room. So like 2 weeks ago, we got all the cobwebs down and we cleaned the ceiling fan. Scott stood on the table. We got it cleaned. And those things will not happen this time in this room high. Because as you can see, this is quite a high vaulted ceiling. See, I mean, there's our normal windows, and so we're not going to be focusing on that part today. What we will be focusing on is from like this wall up here down, and the room, along with the front porch, and this room. Let me kind of show you. So there's some things in here that are definitely problems. Now, we'll just start over here. This table is like the entrance table, which my husband and my son, there's his tablet, can clutter up in no time. So that's going to get, that's like a hot spot, as Fly Lady would call it. That's going to get cleaned up. The shoes have got to be put up. This table don't belong in here. These jackets that usually get draped over here are going to get hung up. This doesn't belong here. That's fine. My husband's golf clubs usually sit here, and for whatever reason, they're in the car right now, so we'll clean that up a little bit. The litter boxes are fine. I just need to scoop those out. The table clearly needs to be cleaned because the cats, and sometimes Jackson does his homework in here, so that needs to be cleaned really well. And then over here, the curio cabinets need to be wiped down. This is where my mail goes. I will keep that somewhere else. And these magazines right here need to be moved upstairs. This needs to be mopped. The walls and the doors need to be wiped off. It needs to be vacuumed in here. And it should be relatively easy. This is an easier room. There's not as much in here. We have a lot of stuff, so, you know, this room is easier. So I'm going to get started, and what I'm going to start with first, which you guys will probably not see, I'm going to get that table upstairs. I'm going to get that moved upstairs, and then we'll get busy, and I'm going to get that table cleaned off, get the shoes put up, just get everything that, you know, shouldn't be in here out, and then I'll start actually cleaning the room. vacuum underneath, get the golf balls picked up, some numerous little pieces of paper, and get that picked up before I vacuum, before I clean the table. So I'm going to pick this stuff up and vacuum, just, out in this area. So I cleaned the top and conditioned the top of this table. I've cleaned the legs, but, and that's light coming in from the blinds. It's nothing wrong with the carpet right there. But if I put let me get it. If I put the Pledge oil on the legs, the cat and dog hair has a tendency to stick to it. So I just clean the legs. I don't put anything like this on the legs, just because in our house we have cats and a dog, and it just sticks to it. So if you don't have cats and a dog, I'd highly recommend doing this to the legs. And still, sometimes we do it to the legs, maybe once or twice a year, but it's just not a regular kind of thing. So now I'm going to get some spots on the walls gone that I, see and don't like. So I'm going to do this wall over on this side, this wall, and then I'm going to clean this railing just on the first part. The second part we'll get in a different video, but that is going to be this part. So for the walls, I'm just using this bucket, and you guys might have seen maybe in my vlog channel that we put our fireplace ashes in here to dump them out, but I cleaned it, and I just have some warm soapy water. I've used the Mrs. Meyer geranium scented dish soap. I have this kind of abrasive on one side and soft on one other side sponge. I also have one of these just little cleaners that I have one in my kitchen too. And then I have a rag, and what else? Oh, I have some of this awesome cleaner that, if there's a spot on the wall that won't come off, I can use some of that. I also have a Mr. Clean eraser, perfect for walls. And you're just going to kind of see me just running around cleaning the walls. So that's what I'm going to get busy doing, including the windowsill. And that's basically where I'm going to start. wipe off the table just because I had the bucket and stuff on there. And then I'm going to clean the inside windows with just some glass cleaner. So, here we go. So for the windows, I normally drop the blinds. It's the first thing I do. I turn them all up and shut them. And then I'm just going to take my feather duster and kind of dust the blinds off. Just to get any dust or cobweb or whatever on them. And then I turn them the other way and do it again. And get the other side. And see, there's something on that one I'll have to get off. Who knows what that is. So I'm just using the same sponge that I used on the walls. I'm just getting that right off the blind. Okay. So then we'll pull it, and I'm going to clean the inside of the window. So I'm going to put the chairs back and start on this side of the room. So there's a few cleaning supplies on the floor, the kitty thing, and over here is the front door with the umbrellas. Over there is the little table that we walk in. And so I'm going to clean up this area and spot clean some spots on the walls right now. And then I will sweep and mop that area. I will also get down some cobwebs. I'll show you what I use for that I saw in the door. I know there's no cobwebs up here because I have already done that just recently. So, because I saw them and they were just getting on my nerves. So I'm going to get busy on this part now. So before I wash that part of the lower wall over here by the door, I'm going to use this tool. I don't even know what it's called. Here it is. It's called Cobweb Duster. All-purpose duster, easily cleans electronic, and it cleans cobwebs, wall ceilings, corners, and floors. So mine is pretty old, but I keep shaking it out outside. Now, I did clean the cobwebs up on the top part, but right here I noticed some. So I'm just going to run that down the wall. I'm going up just to make sure. This thing extends pretty far, so you can even dust very carefully the entrances, the top of the door, and down. Now that's off, I can clean the wall. So now I'm going to start the cleanup of, getting everything back before I do my final vacuum. And, yeah, so first it's going to be putting away all the cleaning supplies that I'm not using anymore, getting the rain boots back over there once it dries, just giving it all over pickup, and then we'll start vacuuming. So I pulled stuff away from the baseboards. On this final vacuum, I'm going to vacuum right along the baseboards, finish it up by vacuuming out in the middle, and yeah, we'll be close to being done. In regard to the curio cabinets, once a year I take stuff out and clean it. Now, that can be any time of the year. I just don't feel like doing it today. But usually about once a year, sometimes usually in the wintertime, I will take everything out and clean those. But that's normally not a part of zone cleaning because it takes so long. But I do that like once a year. So before I vacuum, I always dust. This big picture, I'll have to get on a stool to finish it. But I always dust the big pictures and stuff on the walls. So that is the end of zone cleaning in zone 1. Well, at least one part of it anyway. Again, I already cleaned those windows and that fan, which is pretty hard, like 2 weeks ago. So we're skipping that. And this room is done. Now I went ahead, put these back on the table. Now these were a gift from my sister-in-law, and they're just coasters with beautiful pictures of our family, of our pets. I love it. So, and it just lives right here, but I went ahead and, gave it a good wiping down just to get off any dust or dirt. And the next part of our zone cleaning is the porch, because that is also part 1. So let's have a good look at my porch. So here it is, and there's not that much to it. Definitely needs to be swept. These windows need to be washed. And a few things need to be picked up where we fed the outside cats. But there's not much to do out here, but you can kind of get an idea of what I am going to do, and I'll show you. On the outside window, I just used this glass cleaner just because I was running low on the other one, and this one works just fine. So that is the quick pickup of the porch. Now normally I would hang some flowers or like wind chime, but most of my wind chimes are glass. I need to make sure that the cold weather is done, or the glass might get too cold and shatter. But I've just kind of swept, removed the pet dishes, and the front porch is done. So that pretty much completes our zone cleaning for part 1. So let me go inside and we'll wrap it up. So we are finished up. Thank goodness we got all the cleaning done, including the walls. The cat boxes were scooped and cleaned. I did that earlier. I just didn't want to do that on film. And I got the front porch done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if my nightly routine has already been put up or will be up soon, but that will also be up sometime very, very soon. We'll start on zone number 2, which will be the kitchen, and that will take some time to do. But this room was, relatively easy because we don't use it every day. And I'm just super happy that it's done. So I have a zone cleaning, video up that I explain what zones are what and how I clean those zones. If you want to check those out, I'll put that right there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Let me know if you're going to get Zone 1 clean and how it works out for you in your home. Take a picture, upload it on my Facebook fan page, on my Twitter account, anywhere, and let me see how you're coming along with Zone 1. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.